Okay, so we'll start that. Hi ma'am, I received a message from NPTEL that my sessions at there are two TAs for this course. One is me, and another one will start from 7 to 9 p.m. So whichever is feasible for you all, like whichever timing is feasible for you all, you can join in that session. Either 6 to 8 p.m. or 7 to 9 p.m. or both sessions you can attend and practice the questions as well. Whatever is feasible for you, that is okay. So we'll start and I am Amrita. I am a PMRF student at University of Hyderabad. I am a PhD student and today is the first session for the course which you all have opted, that is maternal young child nutrition, and we'll be discussing the questions of previous year assignments, not this year. I'll mention again, not this year assignments. You all must have got 2 weeks assignments now, and I think the deadline is tomorrow. So for this session, we'll discuss the previous year assignments of week 1 and week 2 as well, as the deadline of week 2 and week 1 both is tomorrow. But from the next session, we'll be discussing questions of 1 week only. Okay. So to catch up with week 2, we'll be discussing the questions of week 1 and week 2 as well. So before I start, I'd like to know my audience, my viewers as well. Like, are there any students or can you all give me a brief introduction in the chat box so that I can know you all if it is possible? And I request everyone to please be muted. If everyone starts speaking, I won't be able to understand. So it's better if we communicate through the chat box. I can see all your names. I just want to know like how many of you are students or how many of you are older than me and in a job, or how many of you are mothers, because this is a maternal and child nutrition course. And I request everyone, today I waited for around 25 minutes because this is our first session, and maybe some of them can be late, but I'll request everyone to please be on time, that is 6 o'clock from the next session, so can we can cover up and discuss more things throughout the session, right? Okay, clinical nutritionist. Whoever is raising hand, please type your query in the chat box and please keep your audio and video off. I request again, please keep your audio and video off. Okay, I can see many are nutritionists and PhD scholars pursuing masters in microbiology. Okay, okay. Prerna Chamoli, can you please switch off your video? Housemaker completed UG course nutrition, food science and dietetics. Okay, nice. Okay, so I want to clarify some things. This is a interactive session and we'll be discussing questions. I won't discuss the course or the lecture again. I hope all of you are able to see and understand the lectures, whatever Rupal ma'am is teaching you all. And we'll be discussing questions related to that course, to the lecture of that week, particular week. So today we'll be discussing questions of week 1 and week 2, and I'm hoping that everyone has gone through the lectures of week 1 and week 2, right? So this is a practice session and we'll discuss questions of week 1 and week 2 of the previous year so that you can get an idea and it will be easy for all of you to solve the current year questions. And if there are any doubts in those questions, we'll clarify that as well throughout the session. Okay. So to make it a little more active, what we'll do, I'll show you the question, like first question, and I'll give you around 1 to 2 minutes time. You can think and type the option which you think is correct in the chat box. And after 1 or 2 minutes, I'll discuss the correct answer of that question. Along with that, we'll discuss the explanation of that question as well. Maybe most of the questions are fact based questions, they're direct questions. And if you have gone through the session, gone through the lecture already, I think you must be knowing the answer of that question as well. Okay. And if there are any students who have not attended the lectures, from next time I'm requesting that before joining this session, it will be helpful for you all that you attend the lecture, go through the lecture and then come, so that when we discuss the questions you can give the answers correctly. So I hope rule is clear. I'll show you the question. You can go through the question. I'll give you 1 to 2 minutes time, and you have to answer your choice in the chat box. And after 1 to 2 minutes, we'll discuss what is the correct answer of that question, as well as the correct explanation of that question as well, if it is required. Okay? Is it clear? Can I get a yes if it is clear, so that we can start with the questions? Okay, great, great. So we'll start with week one, first question. Okay, so I'll present my screen now. Okay, is it visible? Is my screen visible to you all? Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, so can everyone see question number one? Okay, so I'll read the question. So, first question of this session is, as per NFSH4 data, how many children under 2 months of age in India are acutely malnourished or too thin or wasted? Your first question is, as per NFCH4 data, how many children under 2 months of age in India are acutely malnourished or too thin or wasted? Sorry. Yeah, you can start answering. I can see all your answers in the chat box. Please start answering. Okay, I'll just take 1 minute. Okay, is everyone done with the first question? Whoever is joining new, please read the first question and answer it in the chat box. And I'll request everyone to please be on time, that is 6 o'clock from the next session. Okay? It's already 6:30 now, so we'll gear up a little bit and try to discuss as many questions as possible because we have to discuss 2 weeks questions today. Okay. Okay, is everyone done giving the answer of first question? I want each of you to write down your option in the chat box. Please, everyone, be active, and it's okay if you even if you give the wrong answer, it's okay. But I request that please go through the lectures and come next time so that you can answer it more correctly. And yes, one more thing I want every one of you to note down is note down how many correct answers and how many wrong answers you are giving so that we can see how much marks you're getting out of total number of questions. Okay, we can keep a track of your marks as well. I can't see screen. Is it not visible for anyone? Okay, whoever is not able to see the screen, please disconnect and connect once more. I don't think it is a problem from my end. Okay, we'll start with the answer of the first question. So the correct answer is 20%. Here you can see the graph of this graph I have taken from NFSH itself, and here you can see the question was what is the percentage of wasted children, that is low weight or low height, in and through according to the data of NFHS 4. So it is around 21%. So the correct answer is 20%. Okay. So option A is correct. We'll go to next question. As per NFSH 4 data, how many children are born stunted or short at birth? As per NFSH 4 data, how many children are born stunted or short at birth? You can start typing your answers. These are very direct questions. Either you know it or you don't know it, right? These are not concept based questions to think, but still, I'm giving you all time to think and answer correctly. Ma'am, for our session, we had NFHS 5 data. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that may be a problem. As we are discussing previous year questions, so the questions are also according to NFSH 4 data. So that is okay. If you're well aware with the NFSH 5 data, that is good as well. So that's not a problem. This assignment is just a practice assignment. If you know the answers of your with the current year assignment, some data, there may be some alternate options because of the update of the NFSH data, but that's not a problem. The thing is, you should know the concept, right? Okay. Some are saying 34.3, some are saying 28. Okay, there are multiple answers here. We'll see which is the correct answer. Everyone is done? Keep a track of how many wrong answers and how many correct answers you're giving. I think in the first week we have around 18 questions. So I'll ask you how much marks you got out of 18. Then we'll move on to week 2. Okay? Okay, let's see what is the correct answer. Correct answer is 34.3%. The same graph. Here is the graph for stunted growth children, and here you can see it is around 38.3%, 38%. So the nearest value from the options is 34.3%. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Which of the following is a cause of stunting in babies? Which of the following is a cause of stunting in babies? Start answering. Which of the following is a cause of stunting in babies? Okay, I can see everyone is giving one answer, that is ineffective breastfeeding practices. Okay, I think it may be the correct answer, but I want to ask, what is ineffective breastfeeding practices? What does it mean? Does anyone know? Can anyone answer it in brief in chat box? What does it mean exactly? Ineffective breastfeeding practices means what? What kind of practices come under ineffective breastfeeding? Proper latching. Yes. Anything else? Okay, I guess everyone is aware of what is ineffective breastfeeding, and congratulations, it is the correct answer. Correct answer is D. Ineffective breastfeeding practices is one of the major causes of stunting in babies. So, breast milk provides the ideal nutrition for infants because it is a combination of vitamins, proteins, fats, and antibodies, and it is a very important thing for children. And it is also important for the mother as well because through breastfeeding, they reduce the risk of breast cancer, epithelial cancer, osteoporosis, and many more severe diseases. Right? So, breastfeed the proper breastfeeding technique is the combination of what? The correct position, attachment, and suckling. So this is very important. So whenever there is an issue with these three things, that is positioning, attachment, and suckling, it leads to ineffective breastfeeding. That is, the child doesn't get proper amount of breast milk, which leads to stunted growth as well. Right? Okay. We'll move on to the next question. It is a very direct question. Fourth question is, formula milk is highly ultra processed food. True or false? Formula milk is highly ultra processed food. True or false? Whoever are joining late, please catch up with the session, and I will be uploading this session in YouTube as well. So whoever has missed the session, they can see the recorded sessions in my YouTube channel as well. I'll share the link with you all in the next session. And I think you all will get a sheet as well of the YouTube links. So you can catch up with that. You will get the PPTs and the YouTube link for the recorded sessions. This session is being recorded, and you can go through these questions whenever you want to through the YouTube sessions as well. Right? But I want all of you to be active in this live sessions so that some meaning comes out of it. Right? We all are here for 2 hours, and we should discuss something important, something effective for your course. Okay, it is a very direct question. Formula milk is definitely a ultra processed food. So the correct option is true. We'll move on to the next question. What should be given to the babies for 0 to 6 months of age? Again, a very simple question and a direct question. What should be given to the babies for 0 to 6 months of age? Whoever has gone through the lectures, I think they will give the correct answers for all the questions. I'm hoping so. And whoever has not gone through the lectures, it's okay as well. But for the next upcoming sessions, I request that please go through the lectures and come so that this session will be effective for you. Okay. Okay. What should be given to the babies for 0 to 6 months of age? Cow milk, formula milk, breast milk, or water? Is everyone done? All of you have answered? Still students are joining. It's already 6:44. Please be on time so that you can start from the start of the session and answer all the questions, and I can see your marks as well. Right? This is a self-assessment session, like how much you know from the lectures you have attended. Right? This is a self-assessment session as well. And as this is our first session, I'll definitely ask feedback from you all, like what else can we do to improve in the session. As but obviously we can't discuss the lectures again in this session. This is a practice session for assignments, right? But you can ask me questions if you have any doubts from this session, and I think there is a discussion forum as well. You can ask your doubts there, and I can answer to it anytime. Okay, we'll move on with the answer for this question. Yes, it is breast milk. Breast milk is very important for the babies who have taken birth and are of age of 0 to 6 months of age. We'll move on to the next question. As per the NFSH data, what is the exclusive breastfeeding rate in India? What is the exclusive breastfeeding rate in India? I'm getting multiple answers here. I don't know, like what is being taught in the NFS, if it has been taught according to NFSH 5 or NFSH 4 data. But let's see. Okay, we'll move on. We'll see what is the correct answer. The correct answer is 62%. What is the exclusive breastfeeding rate in India? It is around 62% according to NFHS data. Okay, we'll move on to the here you can see the exclusive breastfeeding rate for children. So, breast milk contains all the nutrients needed by children, and hence it is important for first 6 months of life because it is uncontaminated nutritional source. That's why it is called exclusive breastfeeding. Exclusive breastfeeding means for the breastfeeding for the first 6 months of life, which is exclusively needed because it is uncontaminated nutritional source, and it is highly recommended for the first 6 months after birth. And the child should have nothing but breast milk, and the percentage is around 62% in India. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. What is the most common cause of exclusive breastfeed babies not gaining weight? What is the most common cause of exclusively breastfed babies not gaining weight? Please be muted. Whoever is joining late, I want to inform that please be muted throughout the session. For the last question, the graph shows a drop in breastfeed rate around 40% at 4 to 6 months. What should be the right answer? Okay. See, according to what it was given in the NPTEL portal, I have written it as 62%, but your question seems feasible, right? It is 60% to less than 2 months and it gradually decreases to 4 to 5 months. And as exclusive breastfeeding includes for the whole 6 months, we can take an average and I think 43% will be the right answer as well. But here I have shown the answer, whatever is given in the NPTEL portal by ma'am. So you can consider 43% as well. If we take an average, so I'm not sure what should be included, like the first range, or if we take a total range of 0 to 4 months, 6 months. Okay, for this session, you can consider 63% as well as 62% as well as 43% as the correct answer. Can you please confirm in the next session? Okay, I'll try to find out and confirm like what should be the right answer. But according to ma'am, it is given 62%. But I'll check once more. Okay. Okay. Is everyone done with the seventh answer? Okay, I think most of you have given the correct answer. The correct answer is A. Although it is very important to breastfeed the babies in the first 6 months, but due to inadequate knowledge, due to insufficient knowledge to mothers as well as healthcare workers, it has become a problem, and that's why breastfed babies do not gain weight, they have a stunted growth, right? So move on to the next question. How can diarrhea be treated? A very simple question, a very practical question. We all deal through this in our day-to-day life. How can diarrhea be treated? By giving zinc tablets and ORS, by giving goat's milk, by avoiding to give anything to the baby, by giving honey and water. Okay, I think everyone has given their answers. We'll discuss it. We are all only at eighth question and we are running out of time as well. Okay. So the correct answer is zinc tablets and ORS. We all drink ORS or give ORS to the children when they are suffering from diarrhea or loose motions, right? We'll move to the next question. Wasting, stunting, and underweight can be prevented by exclusive and effective breastfeeding and initiating nutrient dense complementary feeding at 6 months of age. True or false? Sorry. Sorry, 1 minute. Whoever is raising their hand, please type your query in the chat box. I'll try to look after it. Wasting, stunting, and underweight can be prevented by exclusive and effective breastfeeding and initiating nutrient dense complementary feeding at 6 months of age. So whatever breastfeeding is done from 0 to 6 months of age is called as exclusive breastfeeding, and after 6 months it is called as complementary feeding, because with breastfeeding we can start other types of feeding as well, including formula milk, etc. Right? Okay. So the correct answer is true. Everyone is doing great. They're giving good answers. I am happy that all are aware of the data, whatever is, are aware of the questions, whatever we are discussing here. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. As per NFSH data, which state has the highest rate of initiation of complementary feeding between 6 to 8 months of age? As per NFSH data, which state has the highest rate of initiation of complementary feeding between 6 to 8 months of age? Your time starts now. Start answering. Okay, is everyone done? Again, a fact-based question. It is Manipur. I think everyone has given the correct answer. So, again, here I've explained that complementary feeding is the feeding we start after 6 months. Like after 6 months, you can add some more nutrition to your baby's food along with breast milk, because breast milk alone won't be enough for meeting the nutritional needs of the infant. We can include diets, vegetables, fruits, and formula milk after 6 months of age. But till 6 months, it is exclusive breastfeeding, uh, that is only breast milk, right? Okay. We'll move on to the next question. As per NFSH 5 data, how many children receive minimum adequate diet? As per NFSH 5 data, how many children receive minimum adequate diet? This is NFSH 5 data. It is mentioned clearly. So answer accordingly. Is everyone active in the session? I want answers from all of you. Please be active in the session. Give the answers. Try to give the answers, even if it's correct, not correct. It will only help you in practicing the questions. And you, even if you give the wrong answer, you will remember the right answer to it only when you're active in the session, right? So I request everyone, be active, give the answers, and know what is the correct answer. How many children receive minimum adequate diet? Okay, we'll see what is the correct answer. Correct answer is 11 to 12%. Here you can see the chart. So It is for all children. If we see, the minimum acceptable diet is around 9.6%. So the nearest option is 11 to 12%. So infants and young children should be fed a minimum acceptable diet or minimum adequate diet to ensure proper growth and development. Right? Without this adequate diet, the infants and young children are always vulnerable to malnutrition due to deficiency in nutrients, and which will result in stunted growth as well. Right? So the WHO has recommended this minimum adequate diet for all the children, breastfed as well as non-breastfed children, and it is around 9.6% for all the children. So the correct answer is 11 to 12%. Is very low. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. As per NFSH 5 data, how many children receive minimum adequate diet in Gujarat? Now this is state specific. The question is asking only for Gujarat. Okay, start answering. Okay, I can see multiple answers: 5%, 10%, 20%. Which is the correct answer? Okay, let's see which is the correct answer. The correct answer is 5%. It is very less in Gujarat. Gujarat is one of those states in which children are highly do have stunted growth and malnutrition, and that's why their minimum adequate diet percentage is also nearly 5%. It is very less in Gujarat. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. What does the Nutrition Rehabilitation Center do? What does the Nutrition Rehabilitation Center do? Takes care of acutely malnutritioned children under 5 years of age, take care of pregnant mothers, take care of adolescents, take care of elderly. What does the Nutrition Rehabilitation Center do? Please mute your audio. Okay. Is everyone done answering? It is a very basic question, easy question. All questions are easy, I feel, but you should know the correct answer, and you can only know the correct answers only when you have attended and understood the lectures as well, right? Okay. Let's see what is the correct answer. The correct answer is A. I think most of you have given the correct answer. Takes care of acutely malnourished children under 5 years of age. Here you can see this is a picture of the Nutrition Rehabilitation Center. So the overall aim or goal of this center is to improve the nutritional status of children through provision of quality health and nutritional care to children below 5 years. So they are mainly focusing the children who are malnourished below 5 years, and they take care of these children to improve the nutritional status of our country, right? Okay, we'll move on to the next question. In NFSH 4, stunting increased from 19.11% in under 6 months old babies to 24.8% in 7 to 12-month old babies. What could be the reason for this? So stunting has increased under 6 months old babies and from 7 to 12-month old babies as well. So what is the reason of increased stunting? What could be the reason? Is the question. Okay, I understand that today's session will be a little bit hectic as we are discussing. We have to discuss questions of week two as well, but this is for the only for this session as we have to cover up for the 2 weeks and you all have your deadline tomorrow. So we have no option but to discuss both the week's questions today. But from next session, it will be only week 1 week per session, and we can discuss the explanation of the questions in more detail from next week, right? Today, the session will be a little bit fast as we are running out of time. Okay, so I hope everyone is cooperative. Okay, I can see a lot of your giving option C as the correct answer. Okay, let's see if option C is correct or not. Yes, option C is the correct answer. So, the main reason for stunted growth in babies is because many of them are not aware of the complementary feeding and it was not started at the correct time. And maybe babies were breastfed, only breastfed for a lot of for a longer period of time, and because of which the nutrition was not sufficient for them and it led to stunted growth. Okay, okay, we'll move on to the next question. If the babies in US are growing well with the formula feeding, what's the risk in using formula for babies all over the world? If the babies in the US are growing well with the formula feeding, what's the risk of using formula for babies all over the world? Option A, it increases the risk of allergies, asthma, diarrhea, obesity, etc. It is too nutritious. It will make the babies very tall. There is no risk and formula should be fed to babies. What do you think is the correct answer? Is it okay that we all can do formula feeding from the first day of the birth of the child? Will it be okay? If it is done in US, why can't we do it all over the world? Okay, I think most of you have given the correct answer. It increases the risk of allergies, asthma, diarrhea, obesity, etc. The only reason why we can't start formula feeding of our babies from the first day because their body won't be able to take it and it may increase the risk of allergies, asthma, diarrhea, obesity, etc. due to it. That's why it is recommended that exclusive breastfeeding should be done for the first 6 months and then you can start with the complementary feeding. Okay. Why do some malnourished children don't recover completely even after giving them the prescribed treatments for malnutrition? Why do some malnourished children don't recover completely even after giving them the prescribed treatments for malnutrition? Option A, the treatment is not right. They need more exercise. They need more calories. They're chronically malnutrition from the start due to ineffective breastfeeding and improper complementary food. Which is the correct answer? Okay, I think most of you are giving the correct answer. The correct answer is they are chronically malnourished from the start due to ineffective breastfeeding and improper complementary food. The malnourished children who have already become malnourished can't cope up again when they are treated for malnutrition because they have become malnourished from the start because of the ineffective breastfeeding, first of all, for the first 6 months, and again for the uh, insufficient amount of complementary food after 6 months. Okay. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Can low birth weight babies grow properly with effective breastfeeding? No, yes, only if mother is not underweight, only if it is combined with complementary feeding in the first 2 months. Can low birth weight babies grow properly with effective breastfeeding? Very direct question. We are already discussing breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding, complementary feeding, and I think till now all of you must have known what is the difference, what is needed, what is not needed for the babies, right? And this awareness is very important for the mothers, especially so that they can feed their child properly. Okay, I think everyone is giving the correct answers. The correct answer is yes. Whoever are joining late, I'm not sure what is the reason of joining late, but the timing of this session is 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and we'll start maximum by 6:15 throughout the sessions. I can only wait for 15 minutes and then we'll start with the session, and please be on time so that you can cover up all the questions which will be discussed throughout the session. Okay. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. This is the last question of week one. Finally, what can mask severe acute malnourishment or very low weight for height in children? Stunting, high lean mass, proper complementary feeding, proper breastfeeding. What can mask severe acute malnourishment or very low weight or very low weight for height in children? Like, what is the synonym? It is asking what is the synonym for severe acute malnourishment or very low weight for or height in children. Sorry, that's a typo. It's or height. Very simple question. I guess everyone knows the answer. Okay, let's see if stunting is the correct answer. Yes, stunting is the correct answer. Stunting means acute malnourishment or very low weight or height in children. Okay, great. With this, we are at the end of week one questions, and now we have to start with the week two questions as well. But before this, we can take a 2 minute break. Okay, till I start presenting the week two. You all can go drink water and anything. We can take a 2 minute break and we'll start with the questions of week two. Okay.